It's not a high-pressure holiday, but a small effort can make St. Patrick's Day really magical. Especially if you have little kids at home, this may be the time to get some giggles, to work your powers of surprise and delight. Studio 5 Party and Family Fun contributor Celeste Whitney is all about that, and suddenly I am all about St. Patrick's Day.
It's a fun one.
Why is this so magical? It's sparkly, it's glittery, it's gold. We have a rainbow hanging over our heads.
Isn't that fun?
Yes.
I mean, it's like you said, it's lighthearted, so you can kind of go whatever direction you want. So I choose magical.
Your goal is magic today, and these are small things, and we're not saying do them all. You can choose one or two.
No, for sure. Yep, do one or two. So I started with a story.
Okay.
This is just a quick story that I read to my kids. It kind of explains in a fun, rhymey type of way why the leprechauns come, what they do when they come, how they come here, you know, and it's kind of an easy way to, like, for me to map it out, and then that's what we do.
So you use the legend of the leprechaun to then guide and direct your choices from there.
And it's a printable, so you can download it.
Love it.
Okay, so in the legend of the leprechaun, it talks about how they'll follow the rainbow. They will look for any rainbow to try to find a pot of gold, right?
Okay.
So to lure them to our home, we make a rainbow.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing.
And my kids, they will either sprinkle Skittles as the rainbow seeds, or we just put it in some bowls, a couple around the house, in hopes that a rainbow will show up.
Yes, we are planting the seeds.
So then it's magical when it shows up, right?
Now, how did you make this? This is really a showstopper.
Okay, so this is just some strips of felt, and I thought about sewing the whole thing down, but in turn, it was so much easier just to hot glue it to like a stick.
Okay.
Just, I did a little metal rod, but you could easily just do like a little wooden dowel. And then just let it hang like this. And then the balloons obviously are the cloud.
The cloud bottom just finishes it off.
Yeah, so that's so fun, and you can put it wherever you want. That's kind of like part of the magic.
Yeah, wherever the Skittles
Skittles, yes.
The rainbow grows.
Yes, so legend has it that the way leprechauns travel is these fairy rings.
Oh, I did not know this.
Yes, so this is cool. So it's fun. I actually did this one down on the ground.
Okay.
So all it is a circle of rocks or flowers or gold coins, lights, anything kind of natural, mossy rocks. And so it's fun for the kids to wake up, look for the fairy ring, and that means that the leprechaun came.
And then...
That's kind of the evidence that he came. And, and unknowingly, he kind of leaves a trail of magical things behind him.
Of course.
So whatever you made the ring out of, you can leave a trail.
Yes.
And it can be multiple trails, and they follow it, and that's what's going to lead them to the treasure that he leaves us.
This is super fun. I'm learning. I did not know the legend of the
again, you can do one or none or all.
Sure.
But it's just another fun way to, like, I don't really totally get into like leaving the clues, because that's a lot of work for me, but I can do a trail.
You can do a trail of
wherever.
Just what you're pulling and finding.
I don't have to think of a rhyme to go to my mailbox or whatever.
Okay,
I can just leave the trail.
Rainbows grow overnight.
Yes.
That's fun. The teleport, what did you call it? The circle?
Fairy ring.
The fairy ring appears overnight. And then what happens in the morning?
So they're tricky, and they like to leave us treasure, but if we don't find the treasure, then it disappears. They get to reclaim it. Okay? So they're tricky how they hide it, and one way is they use these rocks. Okay, these are little magical rocks, and inside...
They kind of look like Brussels sprouts.
Yes, and inside are coins. Or treasure. And so the way we know if these are the right magical coins, they are made out of, let me just tell you how to make them first.
Let's back up.
They're made out of baking soda and water. So 4 parts baking soda, 1 part water. Just enough to kind of get it squishable. And then use in the water, make sure to put the dye, just food coloring. And then while
it's still squishy, you hide the treasure?
You hide the treasure in it. And go ahead and squirt one of these rocks for me.
Really?
Yes, so it starts bubbling, and if you use colored, you don't have to unroll the whole thing, but then that makes a fun activity. They can each have a different color of vinegar. And it washes the rock, and inside is treasures. I may have used some gold coins from Chuck E. Cheese. I don't know that I'm allowed to have them, but I found them in a pocket. So anyways, and also I found teeny tiny little coins, if you can see those. And so some have small, or just pennies. I have this because I have a printable for pennies. Happy St. Patrick's Day Lucky Penny printable.
Cute.
And your kids could find these lucky pennies and go give them to their friends.
I love this.
Is that the cutest?
So again, this is just colored vinegar.
Colored vinegar.
Okay.
So one tip I wanted to point out is to get it a fun, like, more mossy color rather than just happy green, which you might want happy green, is you have to add orange dye too.
Orange and green.
So orange and green.
Makes mossy green.
Just a tiny bit of orange, and then watch how mossed up that gets when you stir it. It just kind of makes it dull, and it's not as happy.
Did you say mossed up?
Yeah, it mosses it up.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Anyway, so if you're not going for like bright, cheerful, and you want it to actually blend in with the grass or whatever.
It's such a fun activity. You unveil the penny. I love the idea of making this a little sweet treat. That printable
Cute,
is
right?
darling.
And that's, of course, a lucky penny because the leprechaun left it.
Yes, always. Magical.
So, whatever.
Yes.
Next is these suckers are a fun thing to add.
You made these?
Yeah. So, I did a link on your site on how to make these. And it's really easy because it's just Jolly Ranchers. So what I did is it's 3 Jolly Ranchers, and all you do is melt them in the oven at 275 for 3 minutes.
Oh.
And then it makes them pliable so you can kind of cut each one and make it a heart.
Carve out a shape.
Is that the funnest?
That really is cute.
So I used to have molds that I would make suckers, but this is 10 times easier and it takes 5 minutes.
Just freehand it. The kids can get involved with a butter knife. Or
so go to the link for that.
Yes.
Next is a couple different options of, I have these hanging on my kid's doorknob.
Oh, cute.
And you find these all over, like in the dollar spot.
Yeah.
At Target.
Yeah.
And I think they're meant for a drink, but we use them for coins.
We're going family friendly today.
We use them for coins, but they're so fun for the kids. And they can pick up all the little, stuff that the leprechaun leaves behind the trail.
The trinkets.
Or, yeah, all of the fun stuff can go in there.
And collect.
Or I made some with some extra felt.
So this could be a month-long activity as the leprechaun comes and goes.
Yeah, I mean, we like to read the story and then make all this stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's just a fun activity for the day before St. Patrick's Day.
Love it.
Okay, so the last but not least is if there's a chance the leprechaun's coming to your house, you have to try to catch it because then they can grant you a wish.
Oh.
So
how did I not know any of this about leprechauns?
Well, now you do.
In the 34 years of my life. Okay.
So this is my favorite trap. My daughter will go wild with boxes, and these are for the tiny fairy size leprechauns.
The little ones.
There's a wide range of sizes for leprechauns. Okay, so the way we do this is just tie a string to some treasure, and then they pull it, and it falls down on top of them, and you've caught a leprechaun.
You get a wish.
You can use a bowl or anything, but since we have the hat, we use the hat.
Of course, because the hat's green and sparkly and perfect to catch a leprechaun. This is probably my favorite idea.
Yes, kids would be sad if there wasn't some sort of evidence that the leprechaun was in their trap.
Look at this.
So they may have escaped. So I write a letter, saying, you did a good job, but I was tricky this time and I escaped.
Like the teeny tiniest letter
I just write a letter and then shrink it, because I don't have handwriting that's teeny tiny.
I was like, look at you, Barbie pen.
And then one year he left a shoe.
Okay.
Just made out of felt, but how fun would it be? Let's see, I had something around here. A Barbie shoe. You could just put a Barbie shoe or paint it green. And that would be such a fun little evidence, or a picture. I just Google image searched a picture of a leprechaun. And I cut it out with a little white around it to look like a picture.
This is darling.
Okay.
Darling.
So leave some sort of evidence that they have been there. Even though they didn't get caught, it's really exciting.
They actually were in your home. They actually went through the fairy ring. They left the rainbow. Markers of magic everywhere. So cute.
Yes.
So cute and so magical in a simple way. The printables are on our website. The link to make the suckers, it's all there at studio5.ksl.com. Thank you so much.
Thanks.